Mic 1, check. Mic 1, check.
Mic 2, mic 2. We're all in. If something's wrong, something's wrong.
So we're podcasting officially.
How's it going, Skip?
Are we live?
Great, thank
What's up,
you.
dude?
How are you?
What up, G?
How's it going?
Jacob?
You ever like don't know whether to go for the knuckles, the high five, the dap up, the hug?
I'm a shaker.
You're a shaker.
You shake
I
it?
love shaking.
Yeah.
But I can knuckle it.
Shake is just, I wish it was only the shake.
It's a man's game.
It's a
Shake?
man's game.
You know what I mean?
And bake.
I'm not a very good shaker because I
don't think?
pull out too soon or I stay too long. I'm never like
Are
on
you
that
like a holder?
shake.
Like,
I'm like,
here, let's see. You're walking up to like a job. Guy wants
Yeah.
a patio. It's like a $30,000 job.
yeah, we'll be in touch.
He's hired, boys. I'm hiring you.
That was pretty good.
That was
real for a
amazing.
second,
What
huh?
about you?
was pretty good.
$30,000 patio job.
Hey, what up, Billy? How's it fucking going, dog? Hey, you want to go to Hideaway later? Then get us a table, a bottle, a couple hot blondes. Are you down?
Oh, Zeke.
I got the job.
I was telling Skip that I made you do some blue collar work at my house.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Do you remember?
Remember that, dude? You had me under the house with like a bunch of spiders and rats and possums and shit. It was like so spider webby down there.
Come
That's
on.
where the only valve is, like under the whole house.
It turns on my outside water.
Oh my God.
Because like in the wintertime, like it gets cold to where we have to turn our pipes off and drain them.
Oh,
Because
gnarly.
they'll freeze.
Oh shit.
Like if they're connected to the outside.
Gnarly.
So outside shower, outside hose turns off.
Do you have to do that like for the whole winter? Is it like if there's like a storm and then it's gonna be warm and then there's another storm? Like do you have to like kind of turn it on and off?
We just keep it
Just keeps it running.
whole winter
Okay.
You keep it off all winter?
off, yeah.
Well, dude, Skip actually does some nice work around the house here. Skip, I like that little like deck that your dad built over there.
I do a lot of good work. My dad built a sick deck.
I brought a skate ramp over here this one day, and Skip helped me build a skate ramp, and then he also helped his dad build this deck over here.
Oh yeah. Yep,
So-
that's for the Groms, for my nephews.
It was pretty sick.
Yeah, a little treehouse.
What?
Little
Yeah.
treehouse.
You've done some work on your
episode?
room too.
Yeah.
All
try
right.
and-
Oh yeah, we got an
Producer's
intro.
yelling at me.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. The Ben and Zeke Show, episode 4. First episode
4.
in real life. Everything else has been on the internet.
Yep.
Today, we are welcoming our first guest, the one and only, the king of La Jolla,
The fuck?
Skip McCullough, baby, the most underrated surfer in the world.
It's true.
Skip McCullough,
Hey.
ladies and gentlemen.
The unofficial mayor of La Jolla, my best friend, core lord, handyman, construction or licensed contractor,
Grenadier
We do it
owner.
all. Grenadier owner for a couple
WSLQS
weeks.
winner.
Hold on.
He's won a lot. He's done a lot. We
He's
can go
done
down
it
the
all.
list on his acclimates,
Keep
bro.
going.
Okay, he won a WSLQS 3000 in the Philippines. He's an NSSA West Coast champion. 2 times or just 1 time?
I think just one. I
Okay,
think
just one
yeah.
in the NSSA regions. 2-time runner-up, high school state champion. I was there. 2-time,
Why?
2 times runner-up.
What division?
2-time
What
runner-up,
division did you win at the Western Conference
I
Championship?
think it was Open Boys.
which was gnarly at the time. I'm talking Jake Marshall, Taylor Clark, Kanoe Igarashi, Jake Halstead, and many more competing against us. Griffin Colapinto, many more.
It might have been Explorer Boys, but I can't. Yeah.
It was
anyways.
either-
Open
one of the-
was more serious.
Yeah,
right?
Open was a
Open
little more
was
serious.
more
But
serious.
let's not get down to the nitty-gritty, guys.
It's funny because like Open's more serious, but it's literally the same people in each event.
Oh, yeah.
yeah, it is.
Like it's Open, but it's
And then
like,
there was always like those 40-year-old dudes in Explorer Men's, though.
that's what. Yeah, the Explorer had the Open division,
It's
like
true.
40 and up or whatever.
Yeah.
It's true.
And
But
those guys.
it was huge Huntington Beach. Like I want to say it was like 15-foot faces, like breaking outside the pier. I didn't even make it out for my heat. And that one was just like a big win because I remember Skip just demolishing guys. Who else is in the final? A couple other guys were ripping.
Dude, Jake Marshall,
Who's now on tour.
CT
maybe
Jake?
maybe
CT
K,
Jake.
CT Jake, maybe K.
Taylor Clark? Maybe no, that was a different
I don't
contest.
know, dude. There's photos. Maybe.
Yeah. It was just sick though to see
can't
Skip go out there and
remember.
demolish
Jake
guys
Davis,
in
maybe.
big surf.
You're La Jolla born and bred.
La Jolla, born and bred,
What-
down here in Bird Rock, which is
What hospital?
Hillcrest.
That's
yeah.
Really?
Is that
Which my
Roots?
sister gives me.
Shit for. 'Cause
yeah.
that is the gay region of town, which is no worries. I got a lot of gay friends.
Yeah,
It's all good.
Episode 4, Zeke.
Sorry.
Trying to keep this thing going.
yeah. I think it's kind of cool, you know. I I was born in Hillcrest. My brother and sister were born in La Jolla, but I was born down there in Hillcrest, so you know.
Cheers. Cool. I'll drink to that.
Cheers.
My brother was born in Atlantic City, but my parents were building their house in Pennsylvania, so then I was born in Reading Hospital, Pennsylvania, so I'm a shooby.
No way.
Pretty
You know
sick,
about
though.
that stuff?
I didn't know
Shooby
that.
towards
stuff?
the beach, but Bam Margera give you a little more credit for being from PA, right?
Do you guys have that here, though?
Yeah, we got
Shoobies?
What do you call them? Like people
Zonies?
from the valley?
Arizonians?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
call them like zonies probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure,
Yeah.
dude. The Zonies can get the fuck out.
Whoa, dude.
No, I'm just kidding. I love Arizona. We actually just went on a surf trip, me and Skip to Arizona. Surfed that new wave pool out
I'm
there.
going on one the day after tomorrow.
What?
I just got the word.
Going to Arizona?
I think so.
That'd be sick,
Probably
dude.
not.
I just talked to Shane Beshin. He actually was telling me about a heat. For the viewers, 1991 OP Pro at Huntington Beach Pier. Kelly Slater and Shane Beshin in like the semifinals. First 30 seconds of the heat, dude. We'll pop it up. Kelly Slater's paddling
Back
from
paddled
the
him.
south side, paddled behind him. Shane Beshin was in the position, took off, about to stand up, looks at Kelly. Kelly's on the south side of him. And Shane Beshin stands up first, and Kelly gets around him last second, takes off behind him, stands up after him. Shane Beshin drops in, does a huge straight air and lands, and Kelly freaking Slater took off behind him and got Shane Beshin an interference in the first 30 seconds
Shouldn't
of the
it
heat.
really have been
That's what I thought.
who gets up first?
stands up
Because
first?
that's the person who's actually in the power pocket of the wave and who dedicated
That's what I
themselves to the
thought,
wave
but dude, you're not
first.
going to argue with Mott and Potter up there in the judging booth.
There was a lot of hairy stuff going on in the 90s.
Yeah. Shane Beshin said he paddled like I thought he was killing it, and then they announced he
Yeah.
got an interference. He didn't even know. He said he was cursing out Slater, telling him like, bro, the fucking Slater had his head down, like paddling away. He's like, yeah, I'm sorry.
Just a total
I got you an
hammer.
interference.
So
What a
when
nightmare.
when did all this stuff like happen in your brain? Like, were you thinking like, at what point were you like, dude, I'm gonna be Skip McCullough when I grow up? You know what I mean?
Dude, yeah, honestly, like pretty early, bro. Thankfully, I have an older brother who, you know, took me under his wing like when I was super little.
Mitch McCullough, shouts out to Mitch.
Absolutely.
Yeah, my brother Mitch absolutely rips. Taught me everything I know.
Yeah.
But like just I remember like in the Surfer magazine, Derek Dorner had this ad, and it said like, "Come to the North Shore and have like this big wave surfing camp." And like my brother like sat me down, he like showed me this ad, and he was like, "Dude, like you're gonna be pro someday, and like we're gonna try and get you on the North Shore,
No
and you're gonna
way.
go to Derek Dorner's camp." And there's like a phone number there.
How old were you?
Dude, I was probably like 6 or 7 or
Did you
something.
call
and
the
he was-
number?
And we called the number, and it was like we're like both listening, and it was like a voicemail, but it was like Derek Dorner's voice.
I'd like to bring those back. I've talked to some of my
That's
sponsors
sick.
about that, but no action yet. But
That's
imagine
so
just like
sick.
calling a hotline.
Yeah, crazy.
That
Like in
was
an
sick.
international magazine, there's just a number. And they got 12-year-olds and a 6-year-old
Yep.
calling the number.
And back then we didn't have social media, so that's what we did. We would get
Yeah.
on the old circular phone, and we just call numbers that are in Surfer magazine.
Gnarly. I was
True.
a little bit too young for the circular phone, but I was barely old enough for like phone numbers.
How
in
old are you?
magazines. 29.
You're 29.
I'm 29.
This guy's
Zeke's a
accomplished a lot.
I know. We're same age.
You are.
2 months apart.
Wow.
Barely,
Two-time runner-up.
You guys are Groms.
No, yeah. We are.
Groms.
That's what we're saying, man.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, it's good to
30
have
boys.
somebody like a little bit ahead of us, like you, like still ripping. So it's like, oh, dude, like we're fucking.
For sure.
We got at least that much time to fucking just fucking. You know,
For
keep
sure.
killing it. Sorry for cursing.
No, it's all good.
Oh, we're
he
just-
bleeps it out. He does all the
Nah,
editing.
we're leaving it in now.
We're leaving it in?
Leaving it.
Yeah, it's just curse.
We're leaving it real.
Yeah, we're real.
So the
We're raw.
Padres, huh?
Yeah, dude, that's our
your guys'
team, bro.
team?
San Diego, born and
That's
raised
us,
right
dude.
here.
Sorry, man.
I know the Phillies kind of taking us out, dude, but it's all right. This is our year, bro. We're going all the fucking
I
way,
would-
dog.
Here's my guarantee. If
Yeah.
the Phillies play the Padres,
In the playoffs.
I'm coming out for a game, and you're coming out for a game.
I'm down.
You should come out for a game.
You're
I'm
still
down.
on that Phillies train, huh? Dude. Man, when are you gonna just throw it in, man?
Yeah,
The
you guys-
Phillies?
You guys already won a
Come
World
on,
Series. You guys already
dude.
won a World Series. You guys already won a freaking Super Bowl, dude. Just hang up the towel, bro. Let us have one.
I was telling the boys this earlier, dude. Once you win a Super Bowl, football's good. Like, you're done.
Yeah,
Like,
we
I
don't
heard
even
you
have
say
a
that.
football team.
I heard you say that. That
Like,
kind of makes sense.
It's like it's all good because now forever I can say 2024, dude.
And you were like there. It's not like it's something
Yeah.
that happened when you're like a baby or like
Yeah, it was
that your
true.
dad saw.
I was there.
But can we talk about how Ben's wife, Jordan, was the only one that actually went to all the games and cheered on her team? Ben was just
No
at
way.
home on a couch editing YouTube videos. Jay Byrne was out there putting in the long, hard yard, cheering on your
Gnarly,
freaking
bro.
city.
How far is that from where you guys live? Is that like a
It's like
road?
60 miles.
It's like a good 2.5 hours of traffic.
That's a road trip.
Zeke flew into Philly once.
No way.
We
Yeah, the guy
stopped. We
had
got a
me-
Philly cheesesteak.
That was sick, actually. Went to
Made him
Pat
wait like
Gino's.
3 hours.
He made me wait at the airport for like
I
2.5
zeked him.
hours.
You zeked him.
Zeke the shit out of him.
You got him in his own game,
Yep,
huh?
and he's
pretty
one
good.
of those guys that like if he's picking you up, you wait, but if you're picking him up, he calls you 90 times.
Yeah, yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Where you at? How
Did
we
you-
looking? I'm like, I don't know. I haven't left my house yet.
Did you like Zeke and like, yeah, on my
He
way?
fully did. He fully did, bro.
Fucking legendary airport.
Just had to stop and pick up this board from the Rusty warehouse. Like, what?
I'm on my way to
Today?
King, then I'll get you there,
You had to do it today?
dude. You know what?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So
No, but East Coast is pretty sick. I stayed at his house. We went to Philly, up and down Jersey. I'd be down to fly back out there to go to a Phillies game. But dude, we
gonna
can get
do
you
it.
dialed. We'll go to a Padres game, bro.
I
We
wanna
might
go.
actually get you like
I wanna
sick
go.
seats and shit.
I want to go.
We'll hook
So I think it was. So I've been lurking around on YouTube forever.
Oh yeah. When did you
But-
first come across Skip McCullough?
This is exactly where I'm
I
going.
figured you were.
So there was this channel that would upload these rogue videos, just completely random.
Really?
And one of them was like QS 3000. What was the contest called?
Are you talking about
Philippines.
You won the comp.
Skip won
Oh
a
yeah, the Philippines. Yep.
WSL
But what was
QS
the
3000.
what was your
Cloud
channel
9.
called? First of all, Cloud9.
Yeah.
That was it.
I don't know. It might just be Skip McCullough.
Okay.
Yeah.
Captain Skip 218.
Maybe
Skip has like
Captain
I
a
think
YouTube
it was a
channel.
weird name.
Yeah, but
It
dude,
might have been something weird for a minute there.
So I found you when I was probably first starting my channel.
No way, just
Like
organically.
just watching surfing videos.
No
Yeah.
way. Dude, that's sick. I was pretty proud of that video.
you
And it
actually.
didn't get many hits, but it's sick that it made its way to your
Yeah.
And
When
it's-
did you win that contest? 2017?
18.
2018.
Okay, so it was the year that you won it. So I must have been one of the first viewers.
Dude, sick, bro.
And I always tell
sick.
Zeke I found you before him, which is
Yeah,
kind of funny.
sick, bro.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, me and Zeke had a team YouTube channel for a minute there.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it was yours, Tristan's, and Will's, and then you guys brought me in as a partner.
One Up Productions.
One Up Productions.
Yeah, Skip actually has an amazing father. Shout out to Monty McCullough, who would film him down in El Salvador, in mainland Mexico, and all over California. And dude, Skip would put videos on like his YouTube channel and his dad's YouTube channel. His dad even made a video of all of us, like La Jolla kids, called Win and See Rats at Work. I think he even did Win and See Rats at Work like 2, 3.
Fourth one's coming.
Fourth one's coming. And it was sick, bro. He'd film all the boys. He'd have funny clips of us like getting out of school, walking down the street with our backpack and our surfboard on. And it'd be like quick 2-second clip of like Joey Filter and then Joey's part like ripping at the reefs, Skip, me, all the boys, like the underground kids. And to be honest, Skip smoked all of us at an early age. But he was one of those kids who would like excel when the waves got heavy. Jake Halstead was
see
always
that.
top tier. Jake Halstead had the full package, but he was always traveling the world, like competing in like Rip Curl Grom searches, ISAs, like getting second places at ISA World Games, like dude, doing big time shit, beating Kalohe, Luke Davis, all those gnarly guys. And Skip and I were kind of local holding it down, and he would always smoke the rest of us. And then fast forward a little bit, he didn't really get as much footage as you would have thought. Like he was kind of one of those guys who, in my opinion, would chase heavy swells and leave the filmer in the dust. Like he ain't calling a bunch of guys. He's just going by himself and surfing all day, no cameras, no friends, and just scoring with either him and his dad or him and his brother, like a small crew. And I feel like later when I started hanging with him, I was like, dude, we got to get clips, bro. If you had filmed every session that I witnessed of you, bro, you'd be like the most overrated surfer in California. But instead, you're the most underground, underrated surfer in California.
I stand by my claim, the most underrated surfer in history.
I think Parker
Thank you, bro.
Coffin
I threw this
called
thing
him
down
that
like
in a
5 years
magazine.
ago. Really?
Parker Coffin actually called Skip like the most
So,
underrated surfer in California.
Here's what's crazy.
In a surf
okay,
mag.
so when did you start uploading videos?
Dude, you were a Grom.
Yeah, because I
You and
feel
your
like
dad were
yeah.
putting
I
up
feel like
videos.
I dug in there and I found some stuff.
Yeah, probably like in high school. Like finally made like a little YouTube
13,
channel.
It's
14
weird
years
how
old.
like isn't it weird how like uploading YouTube videos at that point in time was like underground like roots? Like,
Yeah.
It was like
Yeah.
it was like weirdly core to upload.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was the sickest thing ever.
Yeah.
And then
I
we
know.
go and make YouTube channels and vlog, and people are calling us cringy ass Barneys.
I know. For a minute, it was like super like gnarly. Like you had to be like a gnarly like underground like skateboarder
Yeah,
or like
yeah.
garage band.
Yeah, the
guy.
game has changed.
Yeah, the
it's
game has
interesting.
changed.
It's interesting.
So true.
Like, yeah.
That's cool though. Yeah, but I found you surfing Cloud9, and that was like before that was probably before I ever surfed any good waves, and I was like looking around like, oh, how can I get barreled on it right?
Yeah.
You know, and I found Cloud9.
Yeah.
It was a good one.
Dude,
Yeah.
Yeah, that
So-
wave is insane. That's kind of like the benchmark of like, I want to get a sick right barrel.
So yeah, there's
Yeah.
a lot of thousands of human beings that have tried to be QS lords. What's that feel like to win a QS contest?
Dude, it's just like it's just like a culmination of like your life's work, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like you just think back to like every single morning, like my dad waking me up in the dark and like going to like Crystal Pier like day after day when I was like in 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade.
Yeah.
And then you think about all those mornings that Zeke would pick me up in the dark and we go surf before school. And
Yeah.
then all those NSSAs and everything like just like all builds up, and then it just like finally like you finally did it, and it's just like, oh my God, like, you know, you just, yeah, it's just kind of like one of those moments. You're like, well, I never gave up, and I found a way, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it's just like this long
No, that's
culmination of
amazing.
like everything, really. That's why
amazing.
like I burst into tears. It was like my whole life coming together right
I could
there.
imagine. And
was just like, wow.
I think I remember from the video you barely got there and you started surfing in the contest, right? Did you ever even surf the spot before you started your heat?
No, I had been there a few times.
you had,
Yeah,
okay.
that was like my 4th time going there. But
Dude,
yeah,
that-
there was sketchy heats. Like
Yeah.
I
That's
had a heat
amazing,
with,
dude.
Manuel Selman, and I had like a couple 4s or something, you know, like
Yeah.
just a couple
Yeah.
random scores, and there was like 5 minutes remaining, and he got like a 9.83, and I was beating him by 0.01, and he needed like a 1.2, and the ocean just went dead,
Gnarly.
and like I
Wow.
just like got lucky.
What
And then there was another heat later in the semis where I just got lucky again.
so were you were you following the QS, or was that kind of random that you did that?
No, I was like competing full time.
Dude, Skip would go and compete in the gnarliest events. He would fly down to South America and compete in these slab events in Chile. He was
I
going to-
remember that contest.
He was going to
Yeah.
Chile like 10 years before Nate. It was even on Nate Florence's map, dude. Shouts out to Nate Florence. That Chile video was sick. But
Yeah,
Skip got a, 3rd place in
Iquique.
Iquique, in the Iquique 1500.
third place.
Yeah.
3rd, yeah.
So you were kind of just dropping.
Bro, he was
Placing.
crushing it on the QS, dude. He had didn't you also have a 5th place in the Arica El Gringo Pro?
Yep.
I was
more-
there with him on that trip.
So
I
were
ruined
you-
his run, dude. He had the best run ever, bro. He was killing it. He even got a perfect 10 in the round of 16 or quarterfinals?
Yeah, round of 16.
He got a perfect 10, bro. He came out of the biggest barrel ever, was like saluting, praying up to the Jesus statue, and waved the whole event. And then he was doing good, bro. I lost out early in the event, so I went out and partied that night. Skip went to bed early, and I woke him up at like 3 in the morning with a bunch of people, dude. Brought back a party back to our room, and Skip was all fired up, got out of bed, and just had a blast with all the freaking homies and chicks that we brought
Oh,
back to the
yeah.
room.
Wasn't
Ruined
s-
his streak, bro. He's like, dude, I busted the magic nut, bro.
Before,
He was
So were you,
selling it
like-
leading up to that night.
Jelly knees, dude. We talked about this.
jelly knees. I got jelly
Olympians-
knees before the big event.
Olympians
Made
don't.
the Super Bowl and just fucking raged the night before. Had to just make it through one more night.
Finals
Wow.
day, and he lost that morning before the
Yeah.
Arica Pro. But to
Probably
get
Zeke's fault.
it was my fault. That's what I'm saying.
What,
I apologize. You would have won.
Wouldn't
the
change it
Pro.
for
Were
anything.
were you finishing in like any placing in the North American QS, or was it all?
No, it
just
wasn't
too
North America.
scattered?
It was the one world
It was
ranking.
everybody.
It was the one
It
world
was
ranking.
everything.
So he
That's-
qualified for what is now the Challenger Series. He qualified for the primes at the
Oh,
time.
for like the 5 and 6
which
stars. Wow.
So it was gnarly, dude. He was going all around the world. I think he also got a 3rd place in Nios.
Yep, I got, yep.
3rd place in
you're
Nios,
kinda like-
Indonesia. Bro, he had an insane run in the QS, and this was the one world ranking. So then he qualified for what was the primes, which then gets you into the CT.
yeah, yeah.
Which is the Challenger
Yeah.
Series. And then he had the most unfortunate fucking shit luck when he got onto the Challenger Series. I want to say what you did, like you signed up for the first 2 events and flew to like South Africa, and they turned you around in the airport because your passport was full.
Yeah, so the first event, the first Challenger was in Ballito, South Africa, and all excited, you know, buy my ticket, get on the plane, fly to South Africa. It takes like 29 hours to get there or whatever. And I'm in the immigration line, and I go up to the lady, and she's like, "Hey, where's your 2 pages, man?" I'm like, "What do you mean?" Like, "Where's your 2 pages?" I'm like, "I don't know." She's like, "You need 2 pages." I'm like, "Oh, what?" She's like, "Yeah, you need 2 back-to-back open blank pages in your passport." So I'm like, "All right, well, what's the solution?" Like, I'm willing to pay any fines or whatever. She's like, "The solution is you're going home, man." Like, they got this crazy African accent. And they're like, "You're coming with us." And basically escorted me into the jail of the airport for like 18 hours, just sitting in this like little prison cell with this, like, there's like a Chinese family in the other bunks.
What'd they do?
They didn't speak English. I tried to like ask them, but they were like, "Yeah, who knows?" They're in South Africa, like a man and a woman and their kid. We're just like in this jail cell. I remember just like putting my duffel bag down and just like reading for like 18 hours.
Damn.
And then somebody finally came in after a while and escorted me through the airport, escorted me onto a seat of a plane, and then handed me my passport and says, "You're going back to California." So I never made it to that event. And then I got here, and somebody called me. I don't know if it was you. I think it was my friend Lele. And they're like, "Dude, you didn't sign up for the U.S. Open."
Second event of the Challenger Series, bro.
And I'm like, "What? You're lying, dude. I signed up. And like, whatever, I just spaced out, whatever. I didn't sign up." And I was in my room. I remember I broke my phone. I threw a chair across the yard. Like, I was so bummed.
You finally make it to the big leagues, bro. Like the chance to qualify on
what
tour.
Do you mean? What do you mean you didn't sign up?
You have to sign up.
There's like a deadline.
Yeah,
you have
to sign up in a certain amount of time. If you don't sign up, there's no second chances. There's no late entries. There's thousands of other people waiting to get into the U.S. Open.
Sign up?
Well, this is what happened was in the beginning of the year, I'm like, I don't want to deal with that. So I signed up for like 6 events, but the U.S. Open wasn't open yet, like open for registration.
They would open like
late
3 months or 4 months before.
Yeah, so I thought I was just killing it.
I
thought I was way ahead of the game. I'm like, oh, I signed up for everything.
Yeah.
Like I'm ready to go for the whole year.
Yeah.
But I forgot to like sign up for the U.S. Open.
And in his defense, dude, it's happened to me a bunch of times. Like a lot of these kids that we're competing against, dude, the Griffin Colapintos, all these San Clemente kids, bro, their parents are signing them up for every event, bro. They don't even have to worry about it, dude.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably
Skip
true, but
remember.
it was my fault.
Is your mom getting you in those things?
It was my fault.
No, I was signing up all the events myself, and I missed a lot of entries. Yeah, dude, I want to win a QS, bro. There's thousands of us out there who haven't ever won a QS. In the beginning of the year was on my goals to win a WSL event.
I won one.
Yeah. San Miguel.
Equal first.
No way. What's equal?
Have you heard that story?
No.
You want me to tell the story? I think you should take it away.
No, I went down to San Miguel and I was just dominating heats.
Yeah.
Made it to the quarterfinals and they canceled the event.
No way.
Split the prize first.
You're one of those guys? I've been there for one of those events. I didn't quite make the cut, but they did that.
No, I'm not equal first. It was like equal 9.
Yeah, but they called it off? No way. They did
I was like, I'm winning this thing.
Dude, they did that when I was in Chile one year because it was like 80 foot, dude, and they couldn't finish the contest. And it was like all 17 of the guys that were still in the event got to split the prize first.
Yeah, but I was trying to surf it out, dude.
That's pretty sick.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's pretty sick.
Those were the days. That was ancient history, dude.
Nah, but
way
dude,
before you guys were competing.
I don't even remember there being a QS in San Miguel.
Yeah,
that's
what?
how,
Wow, really?
That sounds sick. I remember it.
That was like the hometown
Chris
event.
Ward won one, right?
Uh-huh.
Chris Ward won one and helped him get on tour. I remember that from the old Lost videos, dude. Yeah, but honestly, like, dude, Skip was gnarly, bro. Like in waves with good waves. At events with like gnarly slabs, barrels, big surf, Skip dominated, bro. And like, he just got unlucky, bro. Nowadays, like, the QS is a bunch of groms that are groveling out on like 1 to 2 foot waves at a chance to like make it to the Challenger Series and then probably get on tour and get smoked by guys that can surf in real waves. Like, I think it should go back to the old way.
What year was that? 2018? 2019?
Well, that was 2019.
It's not
the
really
next
that
year.
long ago.
And then I re-qualified for the Challenger Series. Mm-hmm. And on my way to the first event that year, I was in Tahiti going to New Zealand. and then COVID shut down the earth,
Wow.
and then I never requalified for the Challenger Series ever again. So I had a little run there, you know, it was good while it
Did
lasted,
you want
but-
it, or were you just? I feel like you're such like a. You're just so skip. Like you're just
Yeah.
not even like.
Yeah.
You could be like 33rd or first, and you're like, solid
Yeah.
day, boys.
Yeah, no, I'm that way, but like at
was
that
competitive.
point, like I was like starting to like get better results, you know.
That's
So
when
I
you
was,
had long hair.
That was yeah. I was
Different
long hair.
vibe.
Long hair don't care.
sketchy, skip,
Different
yeah.
vibe.
Yeah.
Different vibe.
Sketchy.
Sketch.
Skip. No, he looks
Super
sketchy
sketch.
as a skinhead now.
Yeah.
But yeah, did you like have it on your goals to like qualify for the world tour? Like I remember one day, like before I like got locked up and everything and had to divert my career, I remember looking at your like wall and you had some like whiteboard or journal thing and it said
Yeah,
like
you had the ad, Derek
it
Dumpy.
said like win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
1-800 surf camp.
Yeah,
Derek Dumpy. Shouts out
Dorner.
to Derek Dumpy. But Derek Dorner. No, you had
Derek
you
Dorner.
had goals. And it was like
Lost my son.
invent my own trick. It was like win a WSL event. And there was like a couple others on there. But like I'll never forget the like invent your own trick. Like you want
Yeah.
to do your own trick
Did
and
you do
name
that?
your own trick after you.
I still haven't really crossed that one off the list.
But I took that away for you.
Yeah, but I mean, it was probably an instrument for you. Like that's a good idea.
I'll tell you
For
this.
sure.
You've invented your own vibe.
For sure.
Yeah.
It's true,
you,
bro.
to me, are like the surfer.
Yeah.
Like,
well,
sure,
thank
bro.
you,
looking
bro.
from the outside in, like, you're out there to surf. Like, you're out there for the waves.
Yeah.
More so than, like, almost anyone I've ever seen. But you also
Yeah.
surf at a world-class level, which is, like, it's like a crazy thing.
Yeah.
It's
oh,
impressive,
well, thank you.
dude. It's impressive.
Thank you.
No, that was
yeah.
that was a huge inspo for me for sure. Those goals.
Yeah, I think, well, I'll just say, like, more and more recently, it's like, when you paddle out, it's like, if we're going to talk about, like, pro surfing careers, it's, like, if there's no cameras or anything, like, are you still, like, going to have fun, or are you still, like, stoked? And, like, yeah, like, I'm still, like, you still have to surf or whatever, so regardless of, like, competing or getting footage or whatever, like, are you gonna go hard and, like, do your thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
No, you always were one that would go hard in the paint, whether there's cameras or homies or nothing. Like you'd surf by yourself and go hard.
Yeah.
Like, did you ever like have hopes and dreams of being on the world tour? Sure, right?
yeah, I mean, kinda, but I wasn't there yet, you know what I mean? Like, I was still, like, trying to, like, accomplish my own goals. Like, I wanted to, like, make some heats in the Challenger Series just to see if, like, I was at that level, or just to see, like,
Yeah.
if I could get better and, like, rise to that occasion, you know what I mean?
That's a good point. I guess your
But
goals.
then, like, if I, like, finished, like, 15th or something after a couple of years, I'm like, all right, well, then now I know, like, if I did X, Y, or Z, I could be there. But I never got to that.
yeah, it makes sense.
Your
Your goals
like
were
81 was, like, my
your
best
goals were
year.
pretty realistic. Like I
They're
remember.
just, like, personal goals, mostly, you know?
yeah.
Like, that's
When did you get good at, like, working with your hands? Like, I see you doing
Being a licensed
construction
contractor,
and stuff.
building fences.
I've always just kind of been, like, interested in just, like, building stuff. And when I was, like, 18, my dad's a landscaper, and I just told him, like, I just want to do, like, some, like, gnarly work. He's like, what, are you really? And he's like, you want to just get out there with, like, a jackhammer and just fucking get after it? Like, I got plenty of that. And I'm like,
so the
yeah, I wanna,
opposite
like,
of
do
what
some-
Zeke was saying.
Yeah, like, I want to, like, I want to do, like, some gnarly shit. And, you know, like, after a while, one of my dad's guys, his name was Juan Luis, one of my mentors. He's like, hey, like, we were installing the light switches in my room, and he's like, yo, like, I never really put the two together. I just thought, like, work was work. I didn't know there was, like, different, like, levels and
Yeah.
skills. And he's like, hey, like, you need to, like, learn, like, how to do this stuff. Otherwise, you're going to be, like, loading trash into the trailer for the rest of your life, like, breaking your back. Like, you need to
Yeah.
learn some skills. So I'm like, oh, if I learn some more skills, then I'll be able to, like, make more money and, like, learn along the way. So, like, at that moment, I was like, okay, well, I don't just want to, like, work. I want to, like, learn,
Yeah.
and then it becomes kind of fun, you know, just, like,
Yeah.
learning how everything comes together.
My dad's a landscaper too.
Really?
I grew up carrying sod around.
Yeah.
You know the vibes.
Yeah, definitely, bro. Yeah.
In the summer, just you're working sod.
Yeah, exactly,
It's
bro.
pretty sick.
It's good. It's good work. It's good.
Remember those little like silver squares that were in the sod rolls? Remember those things?
I don't know those things.
No?
Yeah.
Maybe that was
know.
the East Coast thing.
Maybe, I don't know.
It's like these little chunks
yeah.
of silver that were in the sod.
Really?
Yeah, so like when you could look at the bottom. You know how the bottom of the sod has like mud on it?
Yeah.
You pull them out and they were like,
Like real
"Whoa."
silver?
Nah.
Okay,
I don't
just
know
like
what
this
it
little
was.
chunk of silver, like.
Yeah.
But if you found one, you're like
It
all
was weird.
stoked.
Yeah.
No way.
But that's
Dude.
cool. I didn't know your dad was a landscaper.
Yeah, my dad's a landscaper, so that's crazy, bro. Is your
Yeah.
dad a surfer too, or?
Yeah, but he surfed when he was a kid, but then he started surfing again when we started surfing.
Okay, cool.
I was
sick.
telling, I don't know if I was telling him or you earlier, but like, it was different on the East Coast. Like, I went straight till I was like 12 years old.
Okay.
You're telling my Uncle Fred.
Yeah, we just went straight for a while.
Yeah.
Like, we would go like down on the beach and like it's hot and like you just surf because like to cool down.
Yeah, yeah. Wasn't about like ripping or like
No,
getting like
no.
a 5'6"
We didn't really have-
shortboard or yeah.
So like I went straight for like 4 years and
No
then
way.
like one of
And
my
that was
dad's
surfing.
That's
Yeah.
Like I'm a
sick.
surfer.
And then one of my dad's friends was like, "Yo, you got to go down the line, dude.
No
what are you
way.
doing?" I was like, "The line? What are you talking about?"
Yeah.
But by the end of that summer, I was cranking floaters.
No way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you have like a brother or?
I have an older
Yeah.
brother, a younger brother.
You ever seen Nub TV? They
and
do
my-
like Jackass shit before like anybody's doing this shit.
No way.
Yeah.
Me and my older brother learned how to surf at the same time.
Okay.
Dude, they drove a car into like a body of water while someone was like duct taped to
lake.
a lake. Well, someone was duct taped to the roof.
It was-
and they're
it
like
was
drinking their own piss and shit on like a road trip. Nub TV was gnarly, bro.
What is it on YouTube or was it like
Yeah,
a TV
it's,
show or?
Nub TV's on
Actually,
YouTube.
we did have a TV show in England, but
No
it was
way.
on. This could get into a wormhole, but we actually shot a pilot for MTV, a pilot for A&E, and then we actually shot a whole nother pilot for MTV, and the show got picked up.
No way.
We fully got a series, and then we started filming the series, and then they cut it.
No way.
But like I spent like from like 19 to probably 24 trying to get a TV show on.
No way.
Like a
That's
stunt show.
sick.
And you guys gave it the hard yard for like
We gave it the
5
hard
years.
yard. Yeah,
no
we gave
way.
it. We gave
Guys are
it
going
too
hard in
much.
the paint.
Gnarly, because there was Jackass, but then I remember at one point there was like these like Australian or
The
Canadian,
Dudesons.
the Dudesons.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
they're from Finland.
from Finland. Like,
We
could
love
that have
those
been
guys.
you or in a
My
way?
brother looks just like the one guy.
He does,
way.
huh?
Yeah.
Kind of looks Irish as shit,
So
man.
we
That's
had
crazy.
a show. We had a show. It was called The Idiots, and it was a mix between MythBusters and Jackass.
Okay.
No way.
I'll send you the link to the pilot sometime if you want to
Dude,
watch
there's
it.
I
some good
do.
stuff
But
on there.
yeah, that series actually went. Like it got greenlit for MTV, but they pulled the plug on it.
No way.
They-
So it would be like Mythbusters with Jackass. So you're like, all right, like,
Give us an example of
Let's
some gnarly
actually-
shit.
Okay, so like
The
there's
driving
this
the
guy-
car into the lake was gnarly for me.
So
Someone
there
was,
was
like,
this
taped to the
guy.
roof.
There's this other guy named the Horse, and he was actually famous from America's Got Talent for getting kicked in the nuts.
okay.
So he was on the show. We used to film with him all the time. So like we came up with this. Well, the producers came up with it. It was like some physics thing, but we duct taped him on the outside of an orb. You know those big inflatable orbs?
Yeah.
And we duct taped his body on
Hamster.
the outside of an orb. And we had some fake test that we were trying, but then we rolled him down this big grass hill, and he was like, boom, like picking up speed down the hill, like getting slammed.
Oh,
it was
my-
gnarly.
Oh my God.
I didn't do anything that gnarly, but he probably wishes that he
That's
had
so
that footage
gnarly.
somewhere.
Dude, that's so gnarly, bro.
Dang, that's crazy.
We used to do some pretty Jackass type stuff with me skipping the La Jolla
I
homies
think
growing up.
everyone did, right? Like, that was such a coming of age.
These
like-
guys would
Yeah.
make me do the stupidest, dumbest shit. What's like the gnarliest fucking stunt you guys can remember you made me do? I mean, just today, they made me. The
Oh
boys,
yeah, today. Did you see what happened with the whole kayak tour
Tell
thing?
them, dude. Tell them.
So there's like all those kayaks out there, right? Like
Yeah.
coming and going. Next thing you know, there's like a dozen kayaks right there, and like Warren and Christian, they all kind of paddled out there.
They were
Zeke was
crowding the
there.
vibe.
And
Yeah,
what happened to these guys? I'm on the inside, and there's the tour guide is standing on the kayak, like the sharks are right here. Like
He's flexing his
pointing.
muscles,
Yeah, in front of all
tank
these people.
top.
Next thing you know, I see his boat like go full capsize, and the guy just gets launched. I'm like, oh crap, what happened there? And then like 2 seconds later, I see Zeke's little smirk come swimming from around. And Zeke, for no reason, complete stranger, working his day job, probably trying to feed his family, just get catapulted
What are you
off his kayak.
Did that idea come from?
Yeah,
Got
nobody-
him! That's what I yelled to the boys. Like, we got him, boy!
And the boys were like, oh, we weren't even involved.
And nobody was filming, and it was just for a
Well,
laugh.
he
Like, we
came-
were, Warren was right there.
He came
Christian was
in
there.
and Zeke was like, "Did you get the kayak flip?" And I was like, "What are you talking?"
I would have been psyched if he got it, but no, I just did it for like pure
Just for a
adrenaline and
laugh,
enjoyment.
right?
Like, I wouldn't have done it to some like innocent looking like sad
muscles
kid.
got you, huh?
But dude, it's when that guy's like flexing his muscles, big tough guy, he's like acting like the man. I was like, this guy kind of needs to be humbled, man.
Yeah,
Let's just
yeah.
fuck with him.
Yeah.
It's like we're some sorts. If I get slapped or hit for it, like it was worth it. I got a good laugh out of it.
We were saying it's one of the funniest things Zeke's ever done.
You're one of a kind, dude.
It was pretty
Truly.
funny, dude. I wish we got that clip. But hey, boys, you know what we were talking about? And like why you surf? Do you guys remember the Billabong ads? Like, I surf because? I remember like Joel Parkinson's, Taj Burrows, Andy Irons. Like, they'd be like, I surf because, and like Andy Irons always stuck in my head. He's like, I surf because like all the cool kids did it. I surf because like it gets chicks. Like, I surf because it's the life. Like,
Yeah.
I was always thinking about that. Like, if you had to say in like one sentence why you surf, what would it be?
Me or him?
Both of you.
I surf because it's fun.
That's sick.
Nowadays,
Yeah,
or the original reason that I did it?
both.
I really surf for like therapy, to be honest with you.
That's a good answer.
Yeah.
Right?
answer.
Like this morning, I was just like, I just need to get in the water.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
just went and paddled.
There's something
For
about
like,
the negative
I'm like, why
ions.
do I have to do this? I'm like, why can't I just sit in my house?
Have you
and
ever
like,
been bummed on surfing?
Yeah.
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 Like, you're like, what am I doing out here? Why am I demolishing these lips?
Yeah.
This is so annoying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Dude, you don't have to surf in California with the crowds that this guy has to surf. This guy paddles out trying to get a wave. 40 locals, 40 of the boys, 40 homies, 40 kooks paddle up to Skip and try to have conversations, and the guy
Dude,
can't even catch a wave.
I
People
mean,
are
that-
swarming his peak.
That night when we were surfing wind and sea, that was a riot. That's the only time I ever surfed out there, but I just went straight 8-0. I saw that crowd and I said 8-0 softy. I'm not fucking playing around with
Yeah,
this.
no, don't play with
this
that.
is nuts.
Dude,
yeah.
it's gnarly.
That's a
But,
good approach. That was a great
surfing
approach.
Why do you surf?
I surf because, yeah, it's therapy. Yeah, it's soothing. It's like an outlet. I think when I was a kid, dude, there was trouble on the home front, bro. Like, my mom was kind of gnarly and kind of like snapping on me, and my dad died when I was little. And it was just like, I was like sad or angry, and just like surfing was like an outlet. And it was like I get in the water and I just felt good after. It was like
Yeah.
I was with my friends and I had fun. I think from an early age, surfing with my friends gave me that stoke, that like joy that was better than anything else. And so nowadays, like, I surf because I love to have fun with my friends. When I'm surfing with my friends, like, I don't even care if it's crowded. If I have some homies out there and we can laugh and like share waves together and party wave like we
Ooh.
did today, that's like the best feeling in the world for me.
Today was one of the purest surf sessions I've seen in a long time.
That was pretty pure.
Yeah.
That was fun.
You guys are out there, dude.
Yeah.
These guys surf for like 4 or 5 hours.
It was literally ankle high.
And that was like one of the funnest surf sessions I've had in so long.
The
like,
funniest part is
at
like,
least
I
like in
feel like
town.
it's classic that we were literally all looking each other dead in the eyes for serious and being like, "It's fire." No one even cracked a smile.
It was this big. We were riding waves that were this big.
And we'd be like, "You going right?" Like, "All right, I'll go left."
Skip was yelling at someone.
Yo! Ho! 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 Ho!
You saw that?
Smallest wave
flying
I've
off.
ever seen.
Hey!
Oh, it's so
That's
funny.
so
dude.
funny, dude.
Oh, it's
That was a
pretty
good
funny.
one. That was a
Yeah.
good one.
I mean, dude, where else can you go, like, and just have fun with your friends for free in Mother Nature? Like, dude, I was pushing my little 6-year-old cousin and 4-year-old cousin into waves, and they're getting all fired up, and looking
Yeah.
at all my friends are partying, waving waves into us. Like, dude, that's the kind of like stoke and like joy and happiness that money cannot buy.
No, dude,
Yeah, that was a
you're
classic.
harnessing energy and figuring out a way to like literally harness energy and use it for joy, stoke, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's pretty sick, dude. We're pretty blessed.
So what was like your lowest point, you think, in surfing?
Surfing?
Like just in general, I guess. Maybe career, maybe just whatever, anything.
I remember at one point I was just like trying like so hard to like get better at
Yeah,
surfing.
yeah.
That it just was like so frustrating and like so not fun, and I was just like, damn this, like I'm over this, bro. And then I was like, I'm never like, I don't even want to like. I was just like trying so hard to like practice, you know. It wasn't fun. I was.
What do
like,
you try for? What do you do now? Like, what's your?
Well, now it's kind of like different because like I'm not like trying so hard, but I'm like trying to just progress, you know. Like I just like the progression. Like I feel like I still don't surf as good as I thought I would surf when I turned 29. So I'm still trying to like get to that like vision in my head. Like when I was a girl, I'm like, oh, when I'm 29, I'm gonna be like gnarly.
He's pretty critical on himself.
I could see that.
Yeah, but it's fun, just like
But-
the progression, you know. Like there's always something you could like tweak.
Well, like
Yeah.
what? So you guys practice turns though?
I like to practice turns.
Yeah.
Dude,
At this stage.
he practices technique, turn, style, flow. Like growing up here in like San Diego, especially like the reefs where we're from, like Skip
You
and
do turns.
yeah, and our mentors, they did turns and they focused on style. Like all the older guys, dude, style was everything, bro. And like Skip was really critical on like technique and style, and that's why I was kind of like the outcast and like the punk, because I was like hopping down the line, waiting for an air section every wave, and had the worst style growing up. But I just wanted to have fun. And Skip and like his dad and brother, they would always kind of like look at their
Skip's
technique.
pretty classic. You've got classic style for sure.
Bro, he's got such a sick
Yeah.
style,
Thank
dude.
you guys. It's all thanks to my dad and my brother, because I used to have a really wide stance and I had bow legs. Like my stance was like this, you know?
No way.
And my dad would
Yeah.
call me David Bowie.
No
Wow.
way.
And at one point he grabbed my board and he put a like a bar of wax along like the front of my board
No way.
and a skull and crossbones on top of that line.
No way.
So I couldn't put my foot in front of that line.
Oh, I think I remember you telling me this.
Yeah, and then
We're cruising on the electronics, by the way.
okay,
Sick,
sorry
looks
about
good.
that.
Yeah,
I
no
got
worries.
all,
look
It was
good.
it was
I
a
got
good
all
time to
nuts.
check.
Yeah, what, your dad tried to narrow your stance and make your...
Yeah, but then I still had bow legs.
Oh, okay.
So then my
Nick-
dad just beat it into my head. He's like, you need to like tuck that knee
tuck
down
the
in
knee.
there.
That's sick.
Because
You
you
know,
don't wanna
Mick
be
Fanning's bow-legged though. Have you seen that?
Is he really?
He is, dude.
Really?
Like-
if you see him standing, like his legs are kind of like,
He's kind of got like the bow legs.
but he
huh?
has like such a good, like obviously athletic stance. Like,
Yeah,
he's-
yeah. His is more kind of like neutral. Like
He almost used his
straight.
bow-leggedness to like
Yeah.
propel him into the pocket and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Dude, I never really watched a lot of McFanning, like, because obviously I watched it, but I didn't, like, study it and, like, idolize it like I did with, like, Chris Ward
Yeah, I
or, like,
feel ya, I
AI.
feel ya.
Because I was like, I'm never going to surf like that guy.
Yeah,
he gets
yeah,
so
I feel
fast.
ya.
He's, like, tall and, like,
What,
lightning.
Yeah.
Who's like your favorite surfer? Do you think?
I like Bruce Irons,
Yeah.
Dane Reynolds, Andy Irons. I had like Dane Reynolds' first chapter. I'd watch that just like on repeat,
Yeah.
like every night before bed. But like, I still like Bruce's style.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bruce is. I
Just
mean,
like
he's
sick style.
Yeah,
You guys ever seen
whatever that
Football
is.
Schmutball?
Yeah.
Best surf movie
We were
of all
talking
time,
about
bro.
this. Oh well, you're his age, so you don't maybe not remember. But do you remember Magnaplasm?
The only reason I know
Bubble movie?
magnaplasm is because, is there one called frankenplasm?
Yeah.
It's a Magnaplasm outtakes.
Okay. For some reason, my brother had that on VHS more recently.
I'm going for 3.
You going for 3?
Going for
Yeah.
three?
Yeah, why not, dude? Why not?
These things are kind of
There's some root beers right there.
Those were
There's
the
an
days, but
emergency.
you're kind of like, you guys are the TikTok generation.
Nah,
You know
dude.
what? We're like the DVD generation.
Are
Yeah.
you?
We're the DVD
I was
generation.
burning DVDs.
I grew up on the Taylor Steele movies, the Lost,
Okay, yeah.
Lost Across America shit.
Yeah.
Like, dude, when I moved into my own apartment when I was 17, the Rat Tower with all my homies, me and Jake Halstead would stay up all night and watch
The Rat
Lost
Tower.
Across
The Rat
America.
Tower. You know about
Yeah,
that?
you know about the Rat
No.
Tower?
Do I want to?
Dude, it was the shit, bro. We all lived in there, bro, and me and Halstead would like have the sickest high school parties there and like wreak havoc. And yeah, dude, I'd watch Lost movies and like Andy Irons shit on repeat, dude, all night. I watched Chris Ward stories and Lost Across America and all the old archives. I watched a lot of old Josh Kerr stuff, Andy Irons, Joel Parkinson. I love the way Parko surfed.
Oh,
But did you ever
so
like?
good.
Did you ever have like a vision for your life, or were you always kind of just like cruising?
That's a good question.
Let me think about that for a sec.
Like, were you thinking like, I want to make the tour? I want to, like, what were you
I think
thinking?
Skip was kind of only looking in short stints ahead.
Well, I always wanted to be a pro surfer.
Yeah.
Like, whatever that meant, you know what I mean? Like, I just wanted
What
to be.
does that mean now?
Nowadays,
Oh my God, that is a good question. What depicts being a pro in surfing? Like to you, what does qualify as a pro surfer? How do you turn pro?
I guess if like a sponsor pays you, you're pro.
Is
Yeah.
that a nickel? Or is that like 100 grand?
Yeah.
$100 a month salary.
That's pro?
That's pro.
Really?
So 1,200 a year.
$1,200
But could
a
you
year,
just
you're
make
pro.
up being pro, just winning one contest?
Is it a QS?
It's just a pro-am. It's a San Diego pro-am.
Oh,
Zeke special.
you got stickers on your board?
Yeah, but you bought them.
You're pro. You are
Yeah,
pro.
you're pro. I'll
Did
count
you
that
beat
as pro.
Zeke in the finals?
If you beat somebody with real stickers on their board, then you're pro.
So we just went down a lot of
Ifs.
different,
What do you think's pro?
I don't know.
I wish it was just cut and dry like skateboarding.
It's not.
Like skateboarding is just you're either
Yeah.
pro
But
or you're
like,
not.
is
Surfing,
Will
it's
pro?
like
Will?
My team rider. Like I took him pro. I gave him a window.
Yeah, I guess he's pro now.
pro?
He's got a
Yeah,
window
he's pro.
ad.
He's
got
pro.
a window ad.
You know what I mean?
So I'm
Yeah.
saying.
Like I was like, we're taking you pro. Here's your window.
Dude, there's kids that are like making finals in WSL events that are never gonna get a window ad.
I mean, like let's just use skateboarding as an example.
Yep.
Not the best guys are pro, but like they're fucking legends and they rip and they're pro.
It's true. So like Alex Argente, for instance, my boy, he's won 2 X Games gold medals. He's put out an independent part on Thrasher magazine, and he's put out a Red Bull part on Red Bull TV, and it also went on Thrasher.
Are those AM parts or pro parts?
They're AM parts. He's not pro yet. He
So
used
no
to
one
ride
gave
for,
him a deck.
He used to ride for Plan B. They never turned him pro. Plan B went through some changes. Now he rides for Nigel's company,
Skatings?
Disorder. And
Skatings?
Disorder wants him to put out shit in the streets before they turn pro. So for instance, like Alex Midler turned pro when he was like 16 because he was putting out so many parts in the streets, sending it down like 40 stair handrails with triple kinks.
But skating's fun because like you go like here's your pro deck. You're
Yeah.
pro.
yeah, and it's
Yeah.
a sick
Deck-
celebration.
Well, a deck costs them $7 to make. It's hard to be like, yo, we're gonna make this kid a signature surfboard, and even if you have a signature surfboard, that doesn't make you a pro surfer.
So
It should be like, but it should be something like not a deck. It should be like if you can make the quarterfinals in a QS, you're officially pro.
that's pretty sick.
We can start. I mean,
Yeah, we could start a
Somebody just made up
classification.
that whole
Let's just
skate
make
deck
like
shit.
stickers.
Somebody did
Like
just
let's make gold medallions.
let's say pro.
You know what I mean?
What's the qualification?
You have to be pro. What do you mean? We're the board.
We're making it.
We decide
Okay,
whether.
okay.
Or
So
not.
it can be a compilation of like you either make semifinals in a WSL event or you put out a part that gets respect from the surfers or you just fucking rip.
Let's do it better yet. Let's have some Groms send in some videos,
Okay.
Yeah.
and you know, some kid be like, "Dude, you're gnarly. Those airs are insane." But you're gonna have to go out there and like get some, you know, bigger surf and come
Yeah, yeah.
back in a year. Kid comes back in a year, boom, he gets the gold star,
Well,
Yeah.
Surfing?
I like it. The gold pineapple.
the golden pineapple.
The gold
Surfing.
OTC sticker.
See, surfing is kind of weird because for me, like when I was a kid, even though like I had a contract with Billabong when I was 14, got paid money.
That's sick.
Whoa.
I thought that I still never felt like I fit in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Surfing's weird like that. Like, even though I rode for Billabong and I was part of the team, it
Yeah.
just never felt like a team.
Yeah.
I don't know if
Same.
there's different.
Cause surfing's selfish, bro.
I don't know if there are different teams where it does feel good for people, but at that age, at that point when I was trying to be pro, like I
Yeah.
never felt like that skating thing
can
feels
feel
very
that.
family.
Bro, yeah,
Yeah.
they get in a van and they go
You
on a
know.
road trip and they stack clips for a movie.
So surfing is different in that aspect.
But
Even though like they said, here's your stickers, bro, you're on.
it's funny we brought that up because Stab Magazine hit me up a couple weeks ago and asked about the classification of what pro means in surfing. And
Yeah.
I put him in touch with Midler, Zion, and Sorge, asked them like, dude, this is what I think, but you should ask my pro skater homies because they surf and they follow the culture. And Sorge texts us back and he goes, you gotta surf like Wardo to be pro. That's just what he said.
So
That's
then
it.
no one's pro.
Period.
No one's
He's so good.
He said you gotta surf like Wardo or AI.
You just have to just square up on a 20-foot top to
Yeah.
bottom and just be like, I'm gonna hit that lip.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
said surf like Wardo or surf like Andy Irons and you're pro.
yeah.
It was pretty sick.
Yeah.
The most interesting surfer in the world. He's the only pro surfer in the world.
Literally, bro.
Yeah, that's an interesting one.
I
It's
think,
just like so like vague.
yeah.
I feel like surfing
Maybe
is,
were you gonna say?
I was going to say surfing is a very fragmented thing. Like, we always talk about the surf industry or whatever, but like it's broken down into like so many different little arenas. It's weird.
It's a smorgasbord.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
Maybe, what if we just made it, if you're on the World Championship Tour, you're pro.
That's what I say.
Right? Like, you're in the
Yeah.
top 30 in the world, we're going to call you pro.
That's
Everybody
right.
else is
Those guys,
pro-am or
those guys on tour are
whatever.
making some good money, man.
For
if you
sure.
lose first round in every event on tour, you're making good money still, like prize money.
So that's kind of what I think. Like, when I talk about pro surfing, I'm usually talking about those guys are competing for the top podium in the world.
Yeah.
They're
So,
in a
pro.
professional
so would you
event.
call Skip and I pro?
I would call you guys pro, but like I don't really, I don't care that much about it. Like, I don't put that much emphasis on it.
It's kind of just
Yeah.
for lack of a better term. You know?
Yeah.
Like, how would you describe these guys?
Yeah, that's what he calls
I don't
himself.
know, they're just like these pro surfer dudes.
Well,
you know?
I drew the line at semi-pro. I did that intentionally.
Yeah.
I was like, this is not pro surfing.
There we go.
I
Just
tried
so
to-
everybody
Semi-pro.
knows.
I tried to
Semi-pro.
introduce him as pro earlier, and he's like,
Yeah,
whoa,
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
not
yeah.
pro, I'm semi-pro.
Semi-pro.
It's pretty sick. But also, like, you're making more of a living than like a lot of the guys that claim pro surfer.
But I'm not. But okay, so like surfing for me has always been about like, at least in the past 10 years, like obviously when I was young, I was trying to smash it. I was trying to be a pro surfer. But surfing, if I'm really zooming out in my mindset, has always been about creating an experience for people to enjoy, or to be like, yo, that looks fun, I want to do that. Or like surfing for me has never been about performance. That's why I was like, but I was saying like, you guys practice your turns, because
I don't.
I've never practiced them.
My turns
I don't know how to
suck.
do that. I get so like over
Yeah.
it.
I wish I practiced my turns.
So like for me, like that's why I'll never be a pro surfer, because I'm actually just trying to capture an experience and just like make this thing, a YouTube video that like people are like, whoa, that was cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I want people to feel what I'm feeling.
Yeah.
But you also love doing it. Like, I
course.
see you even, what, you're 10 years in right now,
love
making
it.
YouTube videos, and I still
love it.
see you, like, frothing today.
That's my passion.
Yeah.
That's my passion, yeah.
That's sick.
So that's why surfing has always been, at least since I started the vlog and everything, surfing, when I was a kid, I was like, dude, I'm gonna be like AI or Taj. I focused on that bottom turn into the lip.
Yeah.
Now I'm not, I don't focus on that. My passion is creating that video and pulling those things out of the day, like, okay, what was cool about today? Like, I'm gonna find that storyline
That's sick.
and I'm gonna try to get people to feel like they were there with us.
That's sick.
That's what I'm really into.
Yeah, that's like my dad, he's like just total like soul surfer, whatever, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
never did a surf contest, like anti-surf contest. When I wanted to do surf contests, he's like, nah, you don't need to do that crap, you know, blah, blah, blah. But that's why he likes both of you guys. He's like, dude, Ben and Zeke, like, they're real surfers. Like, they're going out and just like having fun and like
Yeah.
surfing new spots. Like, that's real surfing right there. So that's why like my dad, ultimate soul surfer, is like stoked on you guys, because like you guys don't give a damn about like what anybody thinks or what anybody else is doing. You guys are just like, let's just go have fun. Let's go surf new spots. Let's go like explore, like, you know.
Try new
and,
shit.
And it's true. He told that to me one day, and I'm like, you know what? You're right, dude. Like, these guys are real surfers right here. Like, they're like just going, they're traveling, they're like trying to find new spots, they're staying in the water, they're having fun, they're goofing around with their best friends. Like,
Yeah.
that's real surfing. Like, a lot of surfing isn't like surfing. It's like, you know, getting in your van with your girl or with one of your friends and just goofing around the whole time. That's like real surfing right
Yeah.
there. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's like whatever. Throwing the football on the beach, you know? It's like half, you know?
For sure.
Like Point Break, like when they're playing football in the sand, that's like real surfing right there. It's like
For
getting the boys
sure.
together, having a party and playing tackle football.
It's like an art or a craft, right? Like, that's how I look at surfing, is like skating and surfing is just like you're reading a wave. Everybody reads a wave differently. Everybody
Yeah.
like looks at a wave different, tries different shit. And like,
Well, it's like an extension of yourself, and everyone's gonna see it in a different.
for sure.
Yeah.
It's like, if I was like, oh, dude, I'm gonna try airs, and I really focus, like, I never think about airs ever. Like, but you always think about airs. You know.
That's all I think about.
Yeah.
Can't get it out of my head.
Yeah.
It's like,
But when I was in Nicaragua, I had to do a couple because
I heard.
the sections were.
I heard you paid off some kids to like not tell anybody about the airs you did.
Nah.
Apparently you did an air burst and some kid came up to him and was like, "What? Ben, you can do those?"
No way.
I told the kid, I was like, don't tell anybody. I did
It's like it's gonna ruin my
it
brand.
ruins my brand.
You didn't see that.
Yeah. Me and Warren were talking the other day. Ben Gravy is one of the best surfers in the world. Pound for pound. Pound for pound.
Yeah,
Ben
he
is
was.
Why?
big waves.
He was bringing that up.
Small waves.
Yeah.
Softboards.
Yeah.
Longboards.
All around.
Fishes.
Novelty waves.
Barrels.
Yeah.
Heavy waves.
Mushy.
Tiny waves this big doing airs on a
He's
soft
a big
board.
guy too.
Big guy.
Wave
Fucking
pools. Style.
Beautiful style.
Yeah,
man.
we brought it up.
Beautiful style.
We brought it up when we were
Me and
talking
Ben,
about it.
Me and Warren, we talked about it for like, we're like, dude, pound for pound, Ben Gravy's one of the best surfers in the world.
Yeah.
Pound for pound.
I'm rejecting this, but I
You don't
I
have to take
appreciate
the
it.
compliment. I'm just saying, pound for pound.
It's true, you do take a lot of the boxes. I'm not gonna say you're fucking up there with like Taj Burrow and Joel Parkinson and those guys, but you do take a lot of the boxes that those guys haven't.
I'm just a guy,
Yeah.
dude.
He's just a guy too, which is another it's another box.
It's another box. He is
He's
just a
just
guy.
like-
I'm just a Phillies fan, dude.
He's a Phillies, which is another box. Imagine going to a Phillies game, sitting next to some dude, and little do you know,
Yeah.
you could just fucking lay one down.
Hey,
You know?
Yeah.
And he's just a guy.
He's just
Come on,
a
drove
boys.
60 miles
Yeah.
to watch the Phillies.
let me tell you, they're in New York City for the finals of Stab Magazine, Stab
my
High.
God.
And you got Chippa Wilson, you got Mateus Hurdy,
Oh, God.
3-time almost qualifier for the CT.
can't
You got
feel my
Shane
legs.
Borland, one of the best surf skaters in the world. You have Finn McGill, you got
Oh, God.
you got Cam Richards, you got freaking
Where's this going?
Parker, or no, Ballroom Stack, Pipe Master from New York City. And I hear that some like construction worker, like FedEx guy, gets out of the van, he's like, Ben Gravy?
yeah.
Photo? And it's like, walks straight by the Pipe Master, the best free surfer and aerialist ever, Chippa Wilson, walks right by them and just goes up to Ben Gravy. He's like, can I get a photo? Are you kidding me, bro?
Yeah, that's sick, dude.
like, dude, yeah, he's just
yeah.
a guy, but he's got a lot of hype. You're blocking the camera, Skip. You might have to scoot back a little bit.
OMFG, sorry.
You guys are too much.
I know, but the
No,
reason we
but-
brought it up the other day, though, was because we heard Sterling Spencer and his brother Yancey Spencer talking shit about you
we doing
on their
this?
podcast. I gotta bring it up, dude. I gotta bring it up, bro. Because as your
Yeah.
friend and as like a surf fan and a surf enthusiast,
Yeah.
when I heard him calling you a sellout and then B like a kook, I was just like, bro, they're so wrong, dude. Like,
When did Ben ever sell out?
yeah, he's still doing what
I
he
feel
loves.
like he has like his own, he's like his own business.
Yeah. And selling out, in my opinion, and also I've heard it online before, is like if you like exchange your values for like monetary gain and you give up what you love doing and you're continuously doing what you love.
You
like
know
you're
what?
still doing what you love.
This guy comes out talking like he's the Jerry Lopez of his generation, right? Right? Like the ultimate soul surfer, right? But let's talk about Jerry Lopez.
Yeah.
What did Jerry do? Jerry fucking sold out. He fucking started stamping Jerry Lopez on fucking wave storms, dude.
Yeah, it's
so
true.
if Jerry Lopez is the benchmark of soul and style, and he sold his name to Costco,
Yeah.
dude, you gotta. Do you know how much tires cost?
A lot.
You think those things buy themselves? Do you
No.
know how much coffee costs?
A lot. This guy drinks a lot of that.
And I saw this thing with Tony Hawk, and he said, like, people were giving him shit for like doing some thing with McDonald's. He's like, yo, you're a sellout, you're a sellout. Well, you're a sellout if your shit sells.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the goal. Doesn't he own a surf shop?
Yeah.
Like that's
Yeah.
taking, like, a surf shop is like just feeding kooks.
Yeah.
Like, you want to talk about
Literally.
sellout? Like, you're just jamming, like, you know, it's
Hey,
like,
buy my shit. Kooks come in and buy my shit out of my store.
So,
when
like,
in fact, like,
it's just like, it was so, like, dude, you don't, like, he doesn't know anything,
I
bro.
saw a couple
I don't know
longboard
who this
legends
guy
today,
is.
and
Just
my
like-
cousin-in-law Josh Hall was telling me that Sterling and Yancey's dad was a legend, and he actually created this surf shop and his legacy on the East Coast, on a part of the East Coast that wasn't there before. So these guys really just like had their dad pave the whole way for them, and then just like cherry-picked off the legacy that their father built. So like, I'm just got to stand up for my boy here and
I
say,
appreciate it, boys, but I watched it and I was like, oh, these guys are kind of brutal. But then I was thinking, you know what? Like, I've never even cared about the box. I don't live in that box.
Yeah.
It's not even real to me. None of what they said was real to me.
Yes.
So it's not even anything. I
Yeah.
took that as an invitation for me to come on their podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I
You
was
should.
thinking.
It's just probably one of those things where like, you're a nice guy, they're nice guys, they don't know you, you don't know them.
I think they know each other. I think there's some beef there. They grew up on the same coast, competing against
They're
each
actually
other.
from the Gulf Coast.
Oh, okay.
I don't really know them, to be honest. But,
Oh, really?
but I will say this, like,
They're claiming they got good style and they rip and they're so. I say we just have a surf off, bro. It's a surf off. A good old fashioned surf off.
I don't even think it needs to. I mean, I'm down for that. Like,
Yeah.
for the boys to get
Like,
together, but
Pound for pound of
I'm
surf
not,
off,
I
dude.
don't think it needs to even go anywhere. Like, I mean, it's cool you guys brought it up or whatever, but, like, I wasn't even going to think about it. 'Cause
I don't know.
It's whatever. Like I said, like, I'm, like, over here. I
Yeah.
talked about this for years. I started making my vlog because I got sober. And then I started doing novelty waves because that's what I felt like doing.
Yeah.
And then Stab and Surfer and all these people and the Beach Grit, they were going, look at this guy fucking riding a soft top. This guy's ruining the sport. And I'm like, stop fucking putting me on your magazine. I'm not a surfer. Get
Yeah,
out of
yeah,
here.
I'm
Get
over
away.
here.
Yeah.
Get away from me, boys.
Yeah.
And they're like, nah, you have to care about surfing, like
Yeah.
clawing at me. I'm like,
Yeah.
but I don't.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah. I'm
like,
on my own
I'm
trip.
cruising,
Yeah,
boys.
yeah.
And then whatever. Eventually, I just became a surfer because I had to. I guess they made me. So they're just trying to pull me back in, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, but I was never trying to copy anybody else. So it's never going to work on me.
Well, that's
It's
the
like,
thing. You did kind of carve your own path, dude. You paved your own path, and a lot of people copied it. Dylan Graves and Weird Waves. It's a copy of Ben Gravy and Novelty Waves. You were doing it long before him.
But I tell you this all the time. My hero was like Bam Margera. Like,
yeah.
I loved surfing when I was a kid, but like I grew out of it, and then like I was looking at other stuff in my life. So my surfing is more based off of like my life experience, not so much like emulating surfing as much. Like,
Yeah.
I'm from Pennsylvania. I grew up in a different world, I feel like. So it's a little different. And like, to me, soft top, old school longboard, shortboard, fish, piece of plywood, person surfing for their first time,
Yeah.
legacy.
Yeah.
It's all surfing. It doesn't
I
matter
agree.
to me. And
I agree.
I think attacking that is like low hanging fruit. It's the easiest thing to make fun of.
For sure.
Beginners.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
And if you haven't transcended the like Wavestorm soft top thing, it's like, dude, that was like 20 years ago at this point.
yeah.
You
Well,
know what I
dude,
mean? It's
remember
just like-
the
it's just-
doily ads from like the 80s?
I do
Mike
not.
Doyle?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good friend of my uncle's,
Yeah.
actually. Mike Doyle's
Yeah.
the man. Met him a couple times
No,
down
it's
in Cabo.
interesting. I think that's just low hanging fruit.
pretty
Like
funny.
I don't. It's that's a weird one for me.
I like to start shit, you know, so I was like, yeah, let's fucking do a boxing match, dude. Me versus Sterling, you versus Yancey, be sick, dude. Let's run it up. But then I also like saw them talk about wave pools, and I'm just like, dude, you guys are complaining about like it being too crowded. There being surfers on soft tops. I'm like, dude, wave pools are gonna expand the opportunity for people to be able to surf so the beaches are less crowded. It's gonna grow our industry
Surfing.
and make it so more of us can make a living doing what we love. Like wave pools allow me and my friends to get the same waves and enjoy the session instead of battling for the best wave of the session. Like wave pools bring out like the purest form of joy and stoke in me and my friends in a session, and I love the wave pools, and I'm an advocate for more wave pools for it being the future of our sport. Like, so I don't know, I was taking offense by that.
I agree, but I think wave pools are going to be good for the industry. But don't you think, like, I don't know, I never have issues around beginner surfers. Like, I can always maneuver
navigate
around.
them. If you're a good
Yeah.
enough surfer, you'll find your way around them.
I know.
It's like
I
fun.
would-
It's like good for your self-esteem. You're like, yeah, watch this, boys. A fucking zigzag right around them.
I always wondered why people get so mad about that, because there's so many opportunities to surf places, and it's
It's like the pros and the novices and the intermediates that are the worst.
Dude, we've been surfing La Jolla Shores a lot lately, and
I
there's
just
been a
think-
bunch of beginners, and it's been gnarly, like gnarly. Dude, I'm talking like 40 to 60 beginners on soft tops, like burning you and blocking you, and like I kind of just have fun. It kind of brings out like an extra challenge. It's like a little adrenaline rush.
I also find it so funny that I get so much credit for, like, I came along and all of a sudden, like, apparently, according to some people, I brought in like 18 million beginners. You know what I mean? And I'm like, wait, we've all been working on this together, boys. Remember, there was like surf schools everywhere for the last 100 years?
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't me, boys.
It's gravy. God damn it, Gravy.
Oh shit!
How dare you.
Andre's board,
My
dude.
cactus.
No.
Anyway, good times.
It's all
Maybe
good,
a
dude.
boxing match, I think.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
I'm down.
We've been trying to get Zeke in the ring for a few
Skip
years
made
now.
posters for me to fight Aton Osborne, and we're like, boys. But Skip's like, it's gonna be an island MMA match.
yeah.
Maybe
Yeah,
so
yeah.
like it's like me, Zeke, Sterling, and Yancey in their van and with the doors closed.
Oh my God. Yeah,
Lights
yeah.
off.
I'm driving.
Cousin Ryan's in the passenger
Cousin
seat.
Ryan's the passenger.
We figured
Cousin
it out.
Ryan's the man.
Hey,
bro.
that ride
Those
though,
guys are
after that
legends.
ride around, we'd all be boys.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I think I've gotten in a fist fight with like all of my best friends. You just gotta like sprawl it out a little bit, and then you guys are boys.
Yeah.
It's just like man shit, you know?
Yeah.
What do you guys think the definition of selling out is?
Probably like you post something for sale and it disappears because people bought it and then it's sold out. Don't you think?
Fucking idiot.
Yeah. That's
I guess if you look up the definition of selling out.
No.
that's
If you're
it.
talking about like being a sellout,
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe like you do stuff like for a check instead of like anything that you believe in.
Exactly.
like
Doing
going
something-
against like a moral code.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doing something just to get a fat check instead of doing it because you love it.
Yeah.
Or like doing it for like clout and not even a check. It's just like not even selling out. You just like you sold it out. You know?
Yeah, literally. A lot of this,
Yeah.
a lot of this age, like, I don't know, people get skewed. People lose track of like their morals and what they believe in because, like, dude,
Well, the internet's fucked.
Internet's
That's a whole nother
fucked, bro.
conversation, but like, it's a crazy one because like, I even see like I came on the scene like we're talking 10 years ago now, which
Yeah.
is crazy. Time flies, but I came on the scene like people at that point looked at me like I was like Logan Paul or something. Like it was out of control that I would talk to the camera.
Yeah.
And now look at what happened.
Yeah.
Look at
everybody's copying
But,
you
like,
and making YouTube videos.
No, but I'm saying like look at TikTok and shit. Like it's
yeah, everybody's talking
crazy.
to
It's
the camera.
crazy, dude.
Yeah.
It's- so I don't know.
Bro, it's so true.
But like
though,
it's
dude.
so funny and surfing's interesting because I was not by any means vlogging was so old by
Yeah.
the time I started doing it. It wasn't like I pioneered
Casey Neistat had already done
Yeah,
10, 12
yeah,
years
yeah,
on
yeah.
YouTube. It's true, bro.
It's funny though.
No, I agree. And also, I feel like when we first started hanging out, I had so much respect for you because, like, whether the camera was on or off, you and I wanted to just do, like, fun shit. Like, today
Yeah.
we're trying kickflips,
Yeah.
like, hippie jumping over my homie
Yeah.
on the skate. And it's like, before I started making YouTube videos or even documenting shit, like, me and my boys would do crazy, wild, rambunctious shit just for the fun of it.
Well, I think one of the cool things definitely about meeting you and everything has been like you are the same person. And I think that's a refreshing
For sure.
aspect. Because I'm sure you've met a million celebrities or Instagram people or whatever, and there are people that are like one way, and then the camera's on, they're another way. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
It's true, dude.
Yeah.
It's also, like, some people, like,
We're actually funnier off camera.
Dude, I swear we are, bro. This guy gets all like shy on camera, doesn't say the funniest shit. He says
Yeah.
the funniest shit when
Yeah.
nobody's looking, when the camera's off, bro. It's
Yeah.
hilarious.
I think just the nature of the camera. It's just like,
Yeah, it makes it weird.
yeah, you're like, oh, now,
Because do you like
how do I be funny? How do I be funny? How do I be funny?
Yeah.
And then you're like, just not funny.
That's so true. Hey, some of the trips I've been on, Ben, with Skip have been so crazy, dude. Just recently, we got to go to Chopu, hang out with Lorenzo and
Dude, you
Tadeva.
guys are gnarly.
Bro, he got some psycho, like, outer ledge, proper
Doesn't even
choke
care.
swings. He didn't even care, dude.
Told
There
the
weren't
filmer,
anybody.
Stop filming my wave.
Our filmer didn't even film it,
He's
dude.
like, dude, I'm not going to be funny. Just cut the camera.
It was pretty nuts, dude. It was pretty nuts. It was huge. Like, it was pretty scary.
I cared.
I give you
Okay,
a lot
cared.
of credit for your big water surfing. It's
dude.
really impressive.
And dude,
Thank
that
you, bro.
shit, like, he's fired up for that shit like nobody else I've ever seen before. Like, when it's the
That's
biggest
impressive,
days
dude.
down in mainland Mexico and the biggest days in Hawaii, he's the first guy in the lineup. It's easy to be the first guy out at Pipe when it's like 4 foot. It's easy to be the first guy out at Puerto Escondido when it's like 4 foot, but the biggest, gnarliest days, Skip's in the water in the dark, dude, frothing, and that like always rubbed off on me. Like, he pushed me to charge harder, because dude, I'm a puss, bro. I got scared in the bigger shit. Like, I'll never forget, I had just gotten back from like
Yeah, but
4 months being away when I was like 17, just turned 18.
Yeah.
I got into some legal trouble and I was away for a while. I got home and it was like Christmas Day, was it? And you and your brother called me like, yo, there's a huge swell going to Ocean Beach, San Francisco. You in? I'm like, fuck yeah, dude. My mom was all snapped to me because I'm about to leave on Christmas Day. She threw all my shit out. I loaded up into Skip's tiny little Ford Ranger. Me, Skip, and his brother, and like our filmer homie, drove up in the back of this sketchy Ford Ranger through the night, dude, to huge, like 10 to 15 foot ocean beach.
You got the wave of the swell too.
I got one of the waves of my life, and Skip paddled out at 7 in the
Main
morning.
beach, like the big left.
Dude, the main ocean beach, huge, gnarly, like open water beach break. Skip paddled out at 7 in the morning. Hood, did you have booties and gloves too?
Oh yeah.
Hood, booties and gloves. I came in after 2 hours, no gloves, no gloves and no hood, and I was freezing out the gnarliest brain freeze. Skip stayed out all fucking day. He didn't come in from whatever it was 7 a.m. or 7:30 a.m. till what, 6 p.m.?
Something like that, yeah.
He came in at sunset, right? And me and his brother were eating pizza on the beach, and me and his brother had 3 different sessions. He stayed out all day, dude. The filmer packed up like after 2 hours. The filmer stopped filming after 2 hours, and Skip was out there for 7 or 8
Did you
hours.
like pack power bars in your suit or anything?
Just raw dogged it.
Just lived it.
Yeah.
But you know
amount-
what? I still haven't seen a day that good since, so I'm glad.
I still haven't seen a single clip from that day. He just did it for the love, dude.
Dude, I know, he's a surfer.
And I've seen him do that on so many occasions, bro. So that shit always inspires me because it's like, he's like, dude, there might not be another day like this. So I gotta stick it out. I may be hungry, I may be cold, but like I just gotta stick it out, right? I've always heard you say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
That's the mindset.
Yeah. You
I've
surf
had-
like an animal too, like
I do.
long
Yeah,
sessions.
you do.
I've had a couple times when, like, we had a specific day when it was a negative tide and it was 6 feet at 9 seconds, and the outer bar was teepees, heaving teepees. And I had 2 of my friends out on the ski, and they were like, dude, after like 90 minutes, they were like, dude, we're done, dude,
No.
we're over it. I was like, dude, we're never going to see this again, boys.
Yeah.
It's been like 5 years. Never. Has it ever been a negative tide and that big ever since with offshore wind? And it's like, that was it. That
Yeah.
was the one time that
Did
that's
you milk
ever-
it?
No, they made me go in.
Oh my god.
No.
But me and Zeke milked an outer bar one time. We
Yeah.
might never see that again.
Oh yeah, that was
a
special.
classic
We've
session.
milked a couple sessions, dude.
This guy hates milking it, dude.
This guy made me milk a bunch of things, dude. There's like, we already sat for like 6 hours waiting for a ferry wave, and you're like, one more, dude. I'm like, the tide's already high. You're like, one more. It's only 48 minutes away. I'm like, all right, we'll stay in our 5'4" hooded suit, freezing our ass
I would
off.
milk it till the end of time if it was like something that I was into.
Oh yeah. I mean,
100%. Like,
dude, the sun's setting is a heartbreaker sometimes.
yeah.
You know, you're like, why, dude? Why?
Dude,
is
you
it
know what
setting?
happens in Jersey a lot? You guys don't have this, but it will be onshore all day, and then the cyclone passes, right at dark, it goes offshore,
Yeah,
and you get like 10 minutes of light. Like one wave, maybe.
It cleans up and goes
I hate
offshore
that.
quick on the East Coast.
I
too.
hate that.
Yeah.
And so what's a bucket list couple things that you still want to accomplish, Skip? Like I'm talking like big, gnarly, second reef rolling to off the wall at pipe wave kind of type shit. Or like, I don't know, like landing a new trick, creating your own trick. Like what are some bucket list things that you still want to accomplish and knock off the list? Build your own house. I see you like watching these construction videos, like how to build a 3-story house, part 83.
Yeah. I guess surf-wise, there's like a few waves I want to surf. That wave in Mexico, we won't name it, but
Oh yeah.
just to like get one
Oh yeah.
and then get one again.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
But I don't know. I've just been more enjoying like just like exploring. There's just like so much out there.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys do this stuff for a living,
Yeah.
and yeah, I mean, there's just so much to surf. Yeah, just like watching Ben's videos from the last few months. Where
He
he's
just did a
like,
Nat Geo like Google Earth challenge, found an image and then went and scored the wave.
yeah, just surfing these sick waves like in the Caribbean with nobody around. Like,
Pretty sick.
That's what it's
Nobody.
about for me.
yeah, just like
So
you're
fun.
alone and like
Yeah.
you're just that's like you're just like probably looking around like, are you kidding me right now? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty sick.
Like, how come no one's out? Oh, wait, because it's ankle high.
yeah. But there's just something about like surfing a new spot by yourself.
I'm
like,
with that. I agree with that.
the quality of wave can probably
Doesn't
go
matter.
way down.
If
but,
you can
like,
do one turn and you've kind of
Screw
found
that.
it,
yeah,
that's what's up.
yeah. Me and Warren just did a trip and we were surfing waves just all by ourselves, and a lot of the waves were like this big. Like one of our last days was this big,
That's
So
sick.
like
but
just
just
ropers.
perfect.
This guy just did a rip to the tip, bro. He drove all the way to Cabo San Lucas and back.
I want to hear about it, but first, shout out Warren.
Yeah.
Wave
out
of
Warren.
the day.
Warren
Wave
G,
of the
dude.
day.
Couple
Warren
sharks in the
Zentina.
wave. He took it from the outside all the way in.
Yeah.
Nice style.
Is that drone or is that GoPro?
It was drone.
Wow.
I nailed it.
Droned
Wow.
it. Hey,
He had
good
the wave
work,
of the day
Wardo.
yesterday too, for what it's worth. Really nice backside snap.
Yeah, Wardo was killing it, bro.
He often gets the wave of the day.
He's been ripping. We'll talk about Skip's Mexico trip and some other trips in the next pod. We'll do another episode.
I think we need to wrap it up, actually.
Yeah, we might have done like an hour 45.
But like,
Hour 30. Hour 10. I don't know.
you
My
want to
math's
throw
off.
any? You want to throw any thank yous out into the universe,
Yeah.
Skip?
Shouts out some peeps.
Let's see. Let's thank Seeger,
Shouts out
Crop
to Seeger.
Eyewear, Matus Wetsuits, Xanadu Surfboards, and FCS. They've all been supporting me. A lot of those guys since I was probably 14 years old. So,
True that.
Wow.
namely Xanadu, FCS, and Matus, and more recently Crop Eyewear and Seeger.
Yeah.
And yeah, dude, it just everything helps. You guys know. So
Fuck yeah.
I'm just really grateful to still, have that support because.
Shout out McCullough fencing, dude.
And then I got my own gig. So thank me for
Being the man.
just getting me out of bed
When's your
every morning,
birthday?
and thanks to my boy Warren here for always having my back and being flexible because
Is he a fence guy?
Dude, he
he's
works
my
with
right
Skip.
hand man. Yeah.
Oh, no way.
So what? It's
So,
called Skip
it's
McCullough Construction. Is that
Skip
your
McCullough
business?
Construction,
Wait, when's
yeah.
your birthday?
January 5th, 1996.
96.
Yep. So, dude,
You're going to be Skip McCullough for 30 years soon.
Yes.
That's crazy.
pretty nuts, huh?
That's crazy.
It's
Hey, so
crazy,
if
right?
you need some fencing or construction work in San Diego, California, hit up Skip at holy.skip on Instagram.
Anything, electrical, plumbing, drywall, fences, landscaping, just call me. I
If
can
you
get it
need
done
your
for
local
you.
break demolished.
Yes.
He does
we do
demolition
demo.
too. He can
We
just
do
smash
demo.
lips
He
and just
does demolition.
he can tear into open faces. And
Oh yeah, we'll rip
demo
that
the whole
shit
spot.
Up and just,
Oh yeah.
Yep.
He does tree houses. He does lawn work.
We
he
do
does
it all.
Fencing. He does roofing.
One of my
Solar.
mentors, Johnny Boy from
Johnny Boy.
New Jersey.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
He's
Legend.
a mentor.
I love that guy.
We do
I still don't know
longboards.
him, but
Classic.
One of my favorite accounts on Instagram.
What
We're good buddies online. Can't
How
wait to
about
meet
this
him
one,
someday.
dude? What's the Grenadier? What's the deal with that? You
Oh,
had
it's-
that car?
Yeah, dude.
Oh.
My friend runs the show down there, Mossy Grenadier, down in Chula Vista,
Shouts
Wow.
out to Grenadier.
and he loaned me that car for a month.
A month.
Yeah, dude.
That's
it's-
better than your Chevy deal.
Yeah, it is. Chevy, dude. Step it up.
Yeah,
Wow.
if you're interested in getting one of those,
I
I
am.
can set you guys up, and
Yeah.
I could probably get you some sort of deal, family and friends discount, whatever.
Bro, sick.
Low APR or
So, like-
no money down. I don't know.
Yeah, my car is like the wannabe Grenadier, even though the Grenadier is the original Defender body.
Oh
Yep.
yeah. He's got a
What do you got?
I got a Defender.
Oh no
Like a
way.
Land
The
Rover,
new
Range Rover.
school one, though.
Okay.
Well, but I'm a fan of the
Oh,
old one.
flexor. Okay.
That was the
No,
whole thing with the
old
Grenadier.
one's cooler, dude.
I got a Land Rover. I got a Defender.
Say that, dude.
Yeah, I got that car.
I got the new Defender. He goes all like British all of a sudden. It's not quite as
Boys.
good as the old one.
Boys, so the
Literally,
old
bro.
ones are sick. The Grenadier.
Yeah, they're pretty
Grenadier's
sick.
sick, dude.
Dude, Skip's
It's
got a lot of
brand
other
new-
things he's been doing lately that we got to catch up on, but that's going to be on the next episode. So comment below what
Thank
you
you
guys
guys.
want us
Thank
to
you
ask
guys.
Skip.
Thank you.
Thank you. Epic.
You're hired.
Yes, sir. We'll be here on Monday. We'll be there on Monday.
Next episode, we're going to talk about Skip's new movie, Skip's trips, Skip's new
Are
girlfriend.
we bringing him back for another pod?
Yeah, we're bringing him back. Comment down below, dude, if you guys want to see part 2 with Skip, and let us know the questions that you want.
I'm gonna just go out on a limb. We're probably over 600 subscribers by now. Thank you to our audience for everything. We're nothing without you. We are jack shit without our
we ain't
audience.
shit,
so
dude.
thank you guys. Massive thanks to Skip, the most underrated surfer in the world, the king of La Jolla.
The unofficial mayor. Dude, what king, bro?
Okay. Ian Rockins is the king.
Yeah.
Or is it Derek Dunphy?
Derek Dumpy, JoJo Roper, Joe Roper. There's a bunch
I
of
know,
legends.
but I gotta hype him up.
Longboard Larry at the lot at Windansea, dude.
Who's the king of Jersey?
Dean Randazzo, dude. The only New Jersey surfer to ever
Dean Randazzo's
qualify
pretty
for
good
the
one.
World
That's pretty good.
Championship Tour.
That's pretty good one.
Survived cancer 4 times.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's a
lie.
story
Dean
for another
Randazzo.
time. That's
Yeah,
a long story.
legend,
pretty
dude.
good.
But thank you, everyone.
Donate to Dean Randazzo, I believe.
yeah.
Dean
you still
Randazzo,
can.
cancerfoundation.org.
Yes,
Yep.
yes.
Thank you, everyone, for the stoke. Thanks, Skip, for coming on. And we're going to keep doing it. See you next week.
Shakas.
You guys are fucking legends, dude. Thanks,
Thanks,
man.
brother.
Closing out the channel. Me and Greg and Holly!